Hello everyone and welcome back to my LEGO series, and this is the third episode of the tournament. And I will show you today's matches. We have 4 new matches. We have matches like Lucky and Death Roll, but right now we're going to start off with Hypershock taking on Bite Force. Bite Force is the 18th seed with a record of 2-1 after beating Dragon King and Bloodsport, while Hypershock is the 15th seed after beating Gigabyte and Kraken. Both robots are ready to go, I think. Pretty confident. Let the battle begin as Bite Force and Hypershock both get spun up, but Hypershock actually gets under Bite Force. Didn't send it flying, but still got under it. Hypershock also seemed to have slight weapon troubles, as Bite Force now gets under Hypershock with its low forks. Hypershock trying to get under Bite Force by backing up. Yeah, Hypershock's definitely having some slight weapon troubles, but Bite Force is not. Hypershock climbing onto Bite Force but getting off. Yeah, Hypershock just not doing so well so far. Now they're flipped over as Bite Force gets a nice shot on the blade, because Hypershock cannot spin upside down. My LEGO version can't, but Bite Force loses some side armor. That's not good. And Bite Force loses its other side armor, which is still not good. But that means that Bite Force weighs less, and physics makes it a little more easy to push around. As Hypershock shoves it into a wall. Bite Force, now close to the wall, is now flipped out. Well, will Hypershock leave them there? Yes, no, maybe so. No, maybe, yeah, no, Bite Force is still good, as Bite Force climbs onto Hypershock, and Hypershock continues to push them around. Hypershock, Bite Force using Hypershock like a ramp as Hypershock gets him close to the edge, and yeah, Bite Force is out. Hypershock will take the win. Hypershock is our first winner of the night. Moving on to the second round. Hypershock moves on, where they will face the winner of Lucky and Death Roll. But for now we got Shatter taking on Overhaul. Overhaul is the 23rd seed after beating Gigabyte and Minotaur, while Shatter is the 10th seed after beating Riptide and Tantrum, both relatively strong competitors. Both robots in the arena. Shatter showing off that little Omni wheels. And that hammer, yeah, we kind of get Shatter. Let the battle begin. Shatter getting under Overhaul, now smacking it with that hammer. Going right for the head with the hammer. Hammer, axe. Is it hammer axe? Well, anyways. Overhaul now getting self-centered and tried to get under Shatter, but Shatter's using that little arm almost as a stick to keep him away while also hitting him with it. Yeah, Overhaul just cannot get under Shatter with its low wheels. Is Overhaul good? Yeah, Overhaul's good. While Shatter continues to kind of smack it. Oh yeah, Shatter going right over. Oh no, that's Shatter. Overhaul going right over Shatter as Shatter flips it over with that hammer. Overhaul is able to mostly self-right. Yeah, they're able to self-right, but barely. The Shadow continuing to just smack him and smack him and smack him. Oh, Overhaul finally gets under Shatter, tries to go for a lift. Do they have the strength to do it? No, they don't. And Shatter not letting Overhaul get another opportunity as they continue to push him into a wall. And Overhaul slipped over again. Can they self-right? Shadow's just smacking them. Trying to do some internal damage as they just continue to smack them. Can Overhaul self-right? Nope, they can't. Nope. They try to move around with their wheels, and yeah, they are. I think they might be done for. Overhaul's trying, but yeah, I don't think they're getting back up. While Shadow's just getting some extra shots just for fun. Trying to probably break Overhaul, but that'll be it, and Shatter will take the win, being the second robot tonight to move on to the second round. In Shatter, we'll take on the winner of our very next match between Endgame taking on Tombstone. Interesting match. Tombstone's the 26th seed with wins over Bombshell and Scorpios, while Endgame is the 7th seed, beating Hijinks and Uppercut and only losing to the Copperhead. Both robots are in the arena. Endgame is throwing a semi-new wedge, I think, but either way, it's a very thick wedge. Let the bot battle begin as Endgame gets spun up, so does Tombstone. Both collide. So far, nothing to show for it. Tombstone kind of just smacking up against Endgame. Just going right off that wedge as that wedge is doing what it's supposed to. And Endgame has lost after its spinner, but Tombstone's still fully operational. Endgame trying to use that self-righting arm to try and like flip a Tombstone over. Interesting strategy, but Tombstone's now just using that spinner. Yep. Although that wedge of Tombstone is wedge of Endgame is still working. Endgame's not doing really much else to show that they're winning this match, while Tombstone continues to just smack away at him, hoping that wedge breaks. Endgame's getting Tombstone close to the wall while Tombstone escapes and gets a back shot. Oh my god, why do I keep saying that? Don't take that out of context. Tombstone now slightly scraping its weapon, but so far still working. Endgame trying to use that self-righter to flip Tombstone out of the arena. And now using their wedge, and yeah, Tombstone is out. And Endgame will be our third robot to get a win. Nice job by Endgame as they will move on to the next round where they will face Shatter. And our final match of the day is Lucky taking on Death Roll. Lucky is the number 2 seed after 3 wins against Gruff, Ice Wave, and Hypershock. Death Roll is the 31st seed after only having 1 win against Bite Force. Both robots in the arena. Let the final battle begin of the episode. And Lucky immediately flips Death Roll over, getting it close to the wall. Gets a perfect shot, and Death Roll's out of the arena. The fastest match of the day or night. And Lucky will be the final robot to move on, as we have completed our little card for today. Lucky will take on Hypershock in the next round. Endgame will take on Shatter. And that'll be it for today. That is all for now, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.